He's taking on the big shot and working hard to get you answers. Steve Andrews is Target 8.
His office is contributing to opioid deaths.
Some harsh words over delays in providing suffering patients with medical marijuana. Attorney John Morgan believes the governor's efforts to address an opioid epidemic are insincere.
And he claims delays at the State Office of Medical Marijuana actually pushed thousands of suffering patients to increase their opioid use. Senior investigator Steve Andrews found delays in issuing those required state ID cards can actually be months long.
Yeah, you know, according to John Morgan, if the governor were for the people, did I really say that? If he were really serious about addressing the opioid epidemic, he'd do something about the logjam keeping patients from relief. Janice Michalski lives in pain.
Being on the opioids right now, the only way is to go up to keep the pain away.
Janice knows and worries about the risk of increasing her dosage. So does Governor Scott.
Opioid abuse has taken the lives of too many Floridians.
The governor barnstormed Florida in recent weeks, warning of an opioid crisis and epidemic.
And we're fully committed to finding additional ways to fight this crisis.
What are your priorities, sir?
That's what former addiction therapist Taffy Lynch would ask Governor Scott. Pain limits Taffy every day.
I'm wearing ice on my neck and my back right now, both, with this and this.
Taffy is among the thousands of patients who waited more than 3 months for the Office of Medical Marijuana Use to issue a state-required ID card. According to Director Christian Bax, the office is just not equipped to mass-produce tens of thousands of cards.
His office is contributing to opioid deaths.
Attorney John Morgan led the fight to expand the use of medical marijuana.
The greatest weapon we have to fight opioids is medical marijuana.
Dr. Laura Brown contends there is compelling evidence the drug can wean addicts off opioids.
I've had patients that have been dependent on opioids for years that we've been able to take off of opioids and use medical cannabis instead.
Every state that has medical marijuana, opioid deaths go down.
John Morgan blames the governor and the pharmaceutical industry for delays at the Office of Medical Marijuana Use. Taffy Lynch and patients whose patients are wearing thin just hope for relief. According to the Florida Department of Health, which runs the Office of Medical Marijuana Use, it takes an average of 30 days to process applications and issue medical marijuana ID cards, but no patient that I've spoken to has told me that they've gotten their card that quickly.
Yeah, but isn't the state also kind of putting some of the blame on the patients for these delays?
Yeah, the state contends that most of the delays are tied to patients filling out applications incorrectly. But again, none of the patients I've spoken with were told there were any problems with their applications. Now, a contract awarded to a company to mass produce these ID cards is being challenged, which means the process won't be picking up speed anytime soon. So we are going to be going at a snail's pace for a while.
And that doesn't make John Morgan very happy.
And it doesn't make these people feel very good either.
Thank you, Steve.
Sure.
And if you have a problem you'd like Steve to investigate, call our Target 8 helpline. The number's there on your screen. It's 1-800-338-0808.